Hopefully it's getting started now.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We are live for another Reseller Chinwag. This is actually number 17, which is pretty amazing. So welcome everyone to yet another evening of just random chat. Hopefully some of it will be useful or at least slightly entertaining. That's all we can really hope. So hello everybody. Darren's already in the chat, so is Mark, Peter, Chris Scotts is in here as well, as Mark Davies as well, David Morse, Moan Dean, Orchard Girl, David McGregor's in here as well, David Morse, Malinky, Finn Fashion, Phoebe here as well, Cat's Rants in here as well, Indie Chick as well, Jason Entwistle's in here, Nathan, Nigel, Daniel, Treasure Pirate, Beat Nuke, just popping in to say watch it later. So thanks for popping in anyway. Yep. Nick's in the chat as well, Steve's in the chat, and there's a lot of chat about the Royal Rumble. Kind of excited about that. I don't know if I'm able to watch it though. No, I don't think we will, unless you can watch it on Now TV somehow, which I doubt it. I mean, or unless you can watch it online by paying, because I would want to watch it in good quality. I wouldn't want to watch it.
We'll have to have a look.
I wouldn't want to watch some like pirated stream or something. Tactical Bite, Kevin Rosen, Nathan, Percy, Watcher Selling from Florida, Southwest Sellers as well. So yeah, Royal Rumble, it's all happening. David McGregor says, I'll pass you my network details. That's the WWE network, that is. I didn't even think that was happening. I don't know what the situation is here, but Kirsten's Curiosities says happy Friday. Mayor Cameron Ali says hi as well. So good evening, everybody. Welcome. Fake Rachel just joined as well. Welcome to episode 17. We haven't got a massive amount planned. Reseller Network has joined. We've only just started, like literally.
Yeah, literally. I think we were a little bit late actually.
What? Yeah.
We were a little
tiny
bit
bit,
late,
tiny bit. We were here, but we just didn't get it started, maybe, or something like that. But yeah, we thought we'd just pop on and like as quickly as we could. But I thought we were on time. No.
I think we're
a little bit late, maybe. Okay, carp fishing is there as well. Received my cola bar set, says carp fishing. Glad it got to you. Thanks.
That's so great.
Thank you for your purchase. Not that we don't obviously ever want people to think we're doing this to buy. Yeah. Although we wouldn't. Speaking of the title, we wouldn't mind someone buying from us, not from you guys.
You can't say that because our week hasn't been that awful.
Yeah, our week's been. We'll talk about our week. And David Morse just asked, has it been a productive day? Twin Dragons Brewery has just joined us. Yes, David, it has been a mega really productive day. Yeah, so far, and it's not over yet. Cause pumped because the title. I mean, we've just started noticing recently, like our sales are pretty steady, aren't they? Once a 7-day period is over, we kind of have an idea that we'll have a certain amount of turnover. Yeah. And it tends to be around the £100 a day kind of mark. Yeah. So we more or less do that.
And that's why you'll hear us kind of keep talking about, you know, we've reached our £100.
But what we've noticed, Reseller Network says it's been a slow week, only 750 for a week, usually well over 800 by Friday. I might not hit my average of 1,000. See, that's the thing. We've noticed that there seems to be something stopping us from like getting to the next amount, and I'm guessing that's just effort or something. I'm not sure what it is, but it probably is just effort. But we've noticed that we have this little dip, don't we? We start the week off really strong, so like the chances are, if not tonight, the weekend will be good. I'm hoping tonight will be good because we've actually sold bugger all today so far, which is pretty bad.
I mean, last week it kicked in shortly after we finished the chat.
Yeah, it's weird. Last week
started to just
after the chat, it doesn't happen. It never happens. So I've got my phone here hoping it's going to happen, and it never happens during the chat. I'll shamelessly admit it. I wouldn't mind getting a ka-ching, but it doesn't seem to happen for us on the chat. So it's just a bit of a bummer, that really. No?
Really?
Yeah, okay, maybe for me. Maybe me, I don't know.
Maybe it's just you.
Yeah. Yeah, Reseller Network says not listed as much as I should have though. Been on the flu. There's been a flu. Diana sells on eBay. Says hi all. Trying to list on eBay seems an issue. Uploading photos again, so unusual. See, that's the thing. The theme that always comes up when people aren't hitting the turnovers they want, it tends to be for whatever reason they've not been able to do as much listing. Now we tend to find though that we get like a really decent like Friday evening onwards, then so we're hoping today's going to be good with like putting out the positive energy. We've definitely done some work for it as well. This week we've been sourcing a lot. You guys would have seen.
As well.
We've been listing a lot as well, yeah. And normally we have this good Saturday, Sunday, Monday, possibly Tuesday, and then like Wednesday it goes iffy, Thursday it goes iffy, and sometimes Friday can also be iffy as well. So it's a difficult one because we want to figure out. I mean, it's obvious what it is. Go on. What do you think it is?
I put it down to like there's certain days where we don't really get enough listing going.
Yeah. So exactly.
So I would say those like dips in activity on the store kind of coincide with that, really.
Probably. Koss has joined us. Matt Morris has joined us. Retro Vintage 65, aka Jimmy White, has joined us.
Hi.
Sam the Hoarder has joined us as well. Mark Blake as well. So good evening, everyone. We've already got 59 people watching us. But yeah, so it's it tends to be, like you said, down to our activity levels. Everyone knows that you've got to be active on it. Now we've put in the title obviously is keeping busy when sales are slow. So I suppose it's trying to see when sales are slow as being not a positive, because it's not a positive, but you're seeing it as an opportunity, I suppose, to build on things. I'm feeling pretty good about myself today because I have done things today. I can actually say I have done things, not I do things, but I've done things.
Well, you've actually listed more than I have today.
I've done a lot.
Which is good.
Yeah, I mean,
it's always
saying
good.
That Beck did knock out 10 listings before she went to work.
Yeah.
But guys, right, you have to take into account the complexity of the items you're listing as well. You've got your kind of setup going now where you're pretty quick. You get your measurements of the clothes.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, it's mostly clothing.
And the way I do it is I photograph the items. Yeah. I even photograph the measurements so that even though I don't include them in the listing, I still have them, and even like the tags, so that they're there, so that I can have a look at them and all the information is there, so I can go and get on with the listing without having to mess around with going back to the clothes and going, oh, was there a problem with this? Was there a problem with that?
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, I today had to kind of struggle with, you guys might have seen I bought a commercial coffee grinder. Not that it's like, I've talked about it before. I bought a commercial coffee grinder. Now
I'm just laughing because I saw you cleaning it today. Okay.
So. Now this is really crazy. This is really crazy. Now, when I went to check it out further, I mean, it was working fine. It was absolutely working, and whatever they thought was wrong with it wasn't wrong with it, and it was working fine. However, now bear in mind, this is a prestige kind of posh coffee bar charging good money for their coffees, and these guys.
I don't think you should stress this point.
No, this point is important, right? I bought this from what is meant to be a prestige, decent coffee bar, all swanky. They had some kind of weird abstract name. I went in there was a guy in a beanie, like talking some jive with the guy behind the counter. Like they were all kind of, hanging there, like they thought they were in like a trendy version of Friends, like for the millennium or whatever. But it was kind of. I went in there and I just thought to myself, really. But I thought they'd at least know how to look after their equipment properly. Now, it turns out that they had not cleaned this coffee grinder at all.
I don't think they cleaned it ever.
At all, ever. I don't think they ever cleaned it. Now, the reason why I say this is because it was a bit dirty, but you expect that from a commercial coffee grinder. Yeah. This coffee has oils, etc., so things happen. Now,
the thing is, we've picked up older units.
Yeah, like older machines. Yeah,
we had one not so long ago that we actually sold before the move. And that was such an old model, but it worked so perfectly, and you can tell the person that and again, it was someone that had it in a coffee shop, had actually looked after it, because it, you know, although you had to clean it up, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, exactly. I've just seen Joe Berman has joined us as well, as Hixie has joined us as well. So hi guys. Gary Dunst has just popped in as well. Now, as I was saying, this machine I would have expected to have been looked after, because ideally you're meant to clean your grinder every week, okay? Because you're putting through a lot of coffee, a lot of kilos of beans are going through the grinder. And so
and coffee has like oil.
Or it's oily, it leaves residue. And the burrs that which like there's burrs basically which kind of grind the bean, and there's a top bit and the bottom bit, and the top bit screws on normally. Now what had happened is, because they'd never cleaned it, the oil, the gunk, bits of coffee or whatever had just gotten to the point where you could not fully unscrew the burr, the top burr. Now that meant to clean it, you weren't able to clean it. If you noticed that your beans weren't being grinded how you want them to be grinded, you can't. I don't know how else to say that, right? I mean,
I'm getting bored now.
Why? I'm getting to the story, okay?
Carry on.
And if you wanted to change your burrs, you couldn't, because you couldn't get at them. So I was searching coffee forums, etc. Yeah, I mean, oily beans is a big problem, definitely. You know, it's one of those things. It was kind of, I couldn't get rid of it, and I found on a forum this really amazing little tip, and it was trisodium phosphate or something, and it meant I had to actually turn this heavy coffee machine upside down, and I used one of your like baking tray things, filled it with hot water, put this solution in to kind of dissolve the grease, and that allowed me to kind of remove the burr. And it was a real mission, but it wasn't that much of a mission. I've kind of probably over egged it a bit, but it was a mission, because obviously, you know, it's a heavy grinder and there's electricals, so you don't want to kind of put, you know, you don't want to ruin the machine by doing that. But it was something you learn, and I was like, wow, I've learned now. I'll never get put off buying a coffee grinder now. Which has got jammed burrs, because someone might sell their coffee grinder to me with jammed burrs because they can't get rid of it, and I'll be like, I'll know what to do with it. So anyway,
the end of that story is it's all fixed. You can list it as it
is
now,
so it's done. Yeah, so
shall we move on?
So yeah, we can move on now. But I do apologize. We have a lot of people asking, what am I going on about? And where's the story going? Yeah, I do apologize, but so it's really it's done now. It's listed. So I got that list. So far you've listed 10 items, and I think I've done 19 or something, or 20. Did I think so? I've done about 19 or 20 so far. Anyway, it's brilliant. It works. Nick says, "Can I send you our dirty kitchen equipment? Z, you sound like a man for the job." Okay. Anyway, it's done. I'm happy, and I've listed it now for like 200 with offers or whatever. So hopefully I'll get a decent offer. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. But other than that, we've listed most of the stuff we showed you as well, haven't we? Yeah. I think apart from one, same here. I think only a couple of. I think there's 2 jackets and 2 pairs of shoes that we showed you during the week, which we've not listed. So. But today, so far, we're on about 30 listings, 30 new listings, which for us is pretty good. I mean, yeah, we're pretty pleased with that. A lot of questions coming through and comments coming through. Yeah, I mean, the coffee, I'm going to have to just, I'm going to make an effort not to like go on about it. But the
thing is, when you get going, you just don't stop.
Yeah, I know. I do apologize.
This is meant to be reselling, not
It is
coffee.
reselling. Well, it is reselling. I'm reselling it now.
You're talking about cleaning a coffee machine.
It was fun. I enjoy. There must be things that you guys out there love to tinker with, right? Yeah. Like when you're reselling it. I mean, you love going through like trays of buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so strange about that?
Well, exactly. If you don't see anything strange about that, then why should I be made to feel like awkward or something about?
I'm not saying you have to feel awkward.
Good, you know, I enjoy it. You know. Anyway, okay. So
Don't even drink coffee. Oh dear.
Okay. Anyway. So it's done. We've been really productive. And now we're just.
Oh, is it Lisa?
Lisa's just joined. Lisa. Yes, she has. Diana. Diana says she loves cleaning plush. Diana sells on eBay says she loves cleaning plush for some reason. See, there you go. So some people, they enjoy different things. Steve Green says, I talk about wrestling for hours and hours, mate, each to their own. Yeah, I need to get back into wrestling, really. I do need to get back into it.
We used to in our younger days, didn't we?
Yeah.
Younger days.
Raz says he's going back to tea. Texas Gal says, I was going to go live. I'll wait. You don't have to wait, Margaret, if you don't want to. The internet is free. Oh, I'm just talking jive anyway. I mean, it's anyway. So we've done a fair bit of listing, a lot of, but like I said, the items you list are going to really impact how long it takes you, because then I went from the coffee grinder to then listing like a turntable. That's not easy to do either, because the space it takes, etc., like getting all the stats and getting decent photos of it, it's not always that simple. So even though like I said, Beck managed to do 10 listings super quick, mine did take me a bit longer, but I've been working through the day. I'm feeling pretty good about it, and I'm hoping that it's going to lead towards if we do have our normal spike in sales during the weekend, at least there's going to be some nice stuff out there for people to pick up. We're still going to be looking to pop out and pick up a couple of items if we can. Charity shops.
Tomorrow, we?
We'll pop out tomorrow, see whether we can get some cool items from like the charity shops.
The thing is, we get to the point where, I mean, you've got bits that you haven't done, but it's bits that you kind of put off. I've got bits that I haven't got done, which is again stuff that I've put off.
And when
I say put off, I think it's just we keep it to one side and we just go, I can do it another day.
I know that Nick obviously has this problem. He's like a name that comes immediately to mind. Putting things off. I mean, everyone's probably got things that they put off listing just because of just because of the kind of, they're not items that you're that pumped about listing or that motivated about listing. I'm going to go into the chat. Reseller Network asks, how many listings do you guys have on eBay at the moment? Well, I've got about 600 and something, 620 odd on like a main store, as it were. Beck has actually, we may as well talk about it. Beck has got like a separate store, which you're doing
mainly
clothing
and my haberdashery stuff,
and you have
like my buttons and
stuff.
And
you've really rocketed.
I've got 209 at the moment. Bear in mind, I only started this store late November,
and you didn't do much in the beginning, so it was like it's mostly happened this month. To be honest,
most of the listings have actually happened
this month. So I mean, at the moment it's a bit of a funny situation because we are paying obviously for your store as well.
We are,
but would you say it's worth it for the kind of what it gives you as in terms of control and go on, let's elaborate, because you're smiling like there's a problem with because
I mean,
go on.
I like a little bit of control, don't I? And
you
I'm
do.
I'm not the easiest person to tell what to do.
Oh no, you're not. No,
so I don't think we were finding it difficult, like working together, but I kind of felt like I needed responsibility. I was getting frustrated at Zahir when he was just dealing with situations rather than letting me learn. And this way I'm finding that I'm actually learning as I go along.
Yeah, I mean, you did struggle to, I mean, I was obviously just trying to get things going, but it's hard for you, I suppose, to take any help from me.
Yeah, it's really difficult, actually.
It's one of those things. It's like, so having your own store's given you that, and we're hoping that eventually, once the store's built up, because obviously it's a new store.
Well, I'm giving myself goals each month, like as in listing goals. So exactly how many listings I want to have on the store, and so far, for January, I said by the end of January I wanted to be at 200 listings.
And you just broke that,
I've just broken that. Today, so I've gone over that today. So I'm really happy with the way it's going at the moment, and hopefully it's and this week, I think on the second store, we had sales every day apart from.
I mean, you've got to bear in mind
yesterday and today. I think are both our.
I mean, just to point out that Bex, obviously your feedback is really low at the moment.
Yeah, my feedback.
You don't have top-rated seller.
Yeah.
You know, those things are are missing from your account at the moment.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get like the same exposure as like a bigger store. But we've noticed that you just have to keep working and
on the second store, I am pricing incredibly. Competitively, yeah, because at the moment, because of my feedback, I've got to grow this store, so and
I've got no doubt you will. I mean, it's just about keep on piling it on. You're not going to see
going on break on us and saying I'm starting from the bottom.
You're starting from the bottom. Well, you are. You're starting from the bottom, you know. But the thing is, it's once you do it, and obviously you're going to get there. It's just a matter of building that store, building that feedback, building that top rating seller. You're not going to get sales every day, but it's we're aiming to have a situation where it's nice to have a focused store. I think clothes are like such a huge thing, aren't they? That it just makes it easier.
I mean, you still do like the quirkier sides of the clothing, so
well, not quirky, just like sports kind of.
Sports
like for example, the judo outfit I'll put on mine, or wetsuits I'll put on the main store as well.
You're doing a lot of the shoes and things like that at the moment as well, because I haven't taken those on yet.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something to, and we're hoping that eventually it's going to get to the stage where if one store has like a NAF day, then the other store will kind of make up for it. So it like another stream of income from eBay, which would be really good. Mir Cameron Ali has got a question. How is Beck doing with buttons? Recently, I sold buttons for £40.
Wow.
Beck, you need to up your button game. Mir Cameron Ali, if you could share what buttons you sold for £40, that would be really amazing. Kathy B has joined us and she's saying smash the like button, so thank you.
But to answer your question,
how are you doing with your buttons?
I'm doing okay. Not everything is listed. I think that is the problem. I've probably sold the nicest set that I had, which was these glass buttons, and kind of wish I'd priced them higher because I really like them.
Yeah, but you got a good price for them.
Yeah, so, I did get a good
Diana
price.
sells on eBay, says I have 850 listed on one store and 300 in another.
Wow.
Business Wolf asked the question, what was the longest period between selling an item and then posting it? We tend to post next day. Like we tend to post next day. I've never really left it super long. When I first started doing eBay, as properly, like when I started as with the business account, I think I was actually on a 3-day handling time.
Really?
Yeah, just to give myself. I just thought, well, I went to make sure I've got time. So I actually was on a 3-day handling time. I'm not.
You really needed a lot of time, didn't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, you've got to have a lot of time. You know, that reminds me of that Chasey Lane song. Have a lot of time.
Yeah. I know.
That's a great song. Was it Bloodhound Gang? Was it Bloodhound Gang that sang Chasey Lane? Dear Chasey Lane, you know? All right. Anyway, that song's just in my head now because you said had a lot of time. Had a lot of time.
Yeah, I know, but you're going right off topic.
Okay, but it just came into my head because we listened to it this week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And another question, Problem Solved asked, do you keep an eye on sales to sourcing ratio, or do your sales generally exceed sourcing? We don't keep an eye on it, so I can't tell you what a ratio would be really. We find that we're finding that we're listing pretty much everything we've got now. We're getting close to that.
We're getting to the point where we are listing what's coming in.
I mean, we tend to sell about 110 or 120-ish, 130-ish, that kind of area of items a month. So it's just I'm not quite sure on that. Let's have a look. Wow, Gary Dunster says, I've just managed my first £1,000 plus day on eBay. Congratulations, Gary. That must have been some awesome sales. Wow. You know, that is really good to hear. Let's have a look. Lisa Smith says the best thing to clean plushies is wet wipes. Okay. Okay. Richard Payne has a question. Watching one of your old videos and you had a Mazda Super Jolly coffee grinder. Did you sell it or keep it in the end? Looked a nice piece of kit. I sold it, guys. I sold it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get back into talking about coffee grinders, but the Mazda is a really nice coffee grinder. Yeah.
Yeah,
we got that for 40 quid.
We were thinking about keeping that.
Yeah. We don't deserve it yet. That's the way we see it. We're not in the position to deserve a coffee grinder and a really good machine. Yeah. It's something I'm going to crave and pine over until I can afford it. Yeah. So, the quicker I get the store running at like a high level, quicker you get the store running, the quicker we can get a setup.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a really good setup when I get it. I'm going to restrict myself at the moment. Let's have a look. Indie Chick says there seems to be a lot of bundles and Gumtree people having clear outs. Just picked up a haul of Littlest Pest Shop for £20. Wow. Well, those go really well, so that's amazing. Lisa says, Beck, I've just listed my first Oasis piece after learning from you. Well, Oasis, there you go. Well, I hope it sells for you, Lisa. If it doesn't, you know who you can blame. Carp Fishing says second store is a good idea. Would be great to get similar incomes from each store. How have the sales been there so far? Yeah, I mean, we touched on that. At the moment, they're very sporadic. They're not high level. Definitely. Yeah, the store, we're putting more money into it probably than is coming out. Well, not now. But
yes and no. Like, I mean, I know it costs money
because we're putting stock into it. We're paying fees,
and it's not.
Yeah, but it will.
It's not quite ticking over the way we want it to. But again,
it can't happen overnight. Yeah.
It's only got 200 items. There's no feedback.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
It will happen though. It will happen. Yeah. So we're confident, and we've already seen good signs this week.
Hopefully, it'll be a different story by summer.
Exactly, and we've already seen good signs anyway, haven't we? So, there's some really good advice about cleaning stuff. The mixture there from Diana sells on eBay for clothing. Mix shout cleaner with white ivory dish soap, half a cup, add a cup of water. Wow, that's a pretty good idea actually. The Reseller Network says he likes to keep his store at 1,000, don't want more than 1,000 listings. That's understandable. Space comes into it, organization comes into it. What you sell obviously comes into it as well. So
also, with the main store, we did at one point have about 700 and something listings, didn't we? I mean, it's dropped recently.
Yeah.
Because I've taken my focus off of the main store and gone more onto the second store.
Yeah, you left it to me. Yeah,
I left it to you, actually. Yeah. May have been a bit of a mistake.
Oh, whatever, man.
You're doing fine.
Getting a lot of positive comments in the chat, by the way. Fin Fashion, Phoebe says, that's brilliant, Beck, well done. Texas says, awesome as well. Indie Chick says, Beck's on fire. And then What You're Selling says, I have a cattle prod you can use, Beck.
I might need that, actually.
Diana sells on eBay says, we have 8,000 records waiting to be listed here.
Wow.
That's a job and a half. That is a job and a half. Joe Berman says 11 watches, no buys, 2 cycles, what to do? Well, the interest is there. If you wait out, you will eventually get what you want. But if it's bothering you that it's not gone, then
does it normally sell? Does it normally sell that quickly? By 2 cycles, does he mean it's been on like 2 30-day listings? Yeah. 2 lots of cycles.
Well, 2 lots of cycles. Silver Pirate has a question. Do you have a percentage you stick to on being knocked down in make an offer? No.
No. Normally,
I just go on how I feel at the time.
I've kind of changed my mind a bit on best offer.
Yeah, you were quite anti it
at first. I have been quite anti it. I put best offer on most things. Apart from when I get to a point where I'm like, no, I don't want to accept lower than that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the sales that have come through on the second store have been because I've accepted best offers.
Yeah.
And I look at how much we've got in it and how long I've had it for as to whether I'm happy to kind of accept it. Most things I've been pretty happy to accept the price.
Yeah.
So
I mean, with best offer, you've got to accept that people are going to make you offers. I think sometimes people get into a little bit of a sticky situation where they add best offer because they're hoping for a bump, because it gives you a bump in the search, right? But they don't really have any intention of accepting an offer, and you find that. And the thing is, if you've done best offers so you can get a better placement in listings, you're going to just make yourself upset when people start making you offers, because you don't want to take an offer. So when someone does put an offer in, you're going to get upset about it. Whereas if you're willing to genuinely take offers on things, then even if you get like a low ball offer or a silly offer, you can kind of brush it off. So it's one of those situations. Let's have a look. Okay, Steve says, is it normal for wives to get frustrated with husbands? The wife is giving me evils while she changes the kids and tidies the living room while I lie down watching this. Not sure what her problem is. Steve,
I think that's quite normal.
It's so
Steve.
funny. Yeah.
Because believe me, I'd be giving you evils if that was happening.
Retro Vintage asks, 2 stores, same account, I think, or different accounts. They're completely separate, aren't they? Like
separate.
You've got your
one's
own.
in Zahir's name.
Yeah, one's
the other's in my name.
Yeah, and separate PayPal and everything.
Yeah, separate PayPal and everything. Yeah.
Nick says he's off for dinner now. That's fine. Fabian King's talking about best offer. And just Rewind Finder actually says you can set the minimal account. So if you don't want to get frustrated, then you can do that. Silver Pirate asks, is it true that giving a 30-day return policy keeps your listing higher in the search engine? I don't know about that. That's Heather, isn't it? No, it's Treasure Pirate. Treasure Pirate. Yeah. Silver Pirate. We don't know, but we offer it because we offer it. It's like
we offer 30 days.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't think it's made. I don't think it's actually made any difference. Our return percentage is still around 2%, which is what it has been for ages. And most of the returns that we get, they're not people waiting for 29 days. They tend to be people getting an item, not liking it for whatever reason, whether they think it's not as described or whatever, it's irrelevant, but they pretty quick, aren't they? They're not like it's not, I think, again, when you're looking at 30-day returns, whenever there's a change, because most people were used to having 7 or 14 day, and then I think then eBay are like, you should do 30. It's fine. It doesn't. It hasn't.
We've left it. We're quite happy to accept 30 days.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't have any more returns, I don't think, than if we only had it for 14. So.
Yeah, exactly. Richard Payne says he rarely does best offer, rather hold out for the price I want, then lower if it gets sticky. Richard, that's completely understandable. If we weren't under like money pressure, we need things to move to an extent. We're not financially in a position where we can sit. Ideally, I suppose I'd do that. If I had no like financial pressure, I'd just set a price and I'd be happy to just leave it. I'd be like.
But I think that's where our attitude has kind of changed a lot.
You've got to be flexible according to your situation. So
because I mean, especially when I was first came on board, I was very much
stick to the price.
Stick to the price. You've priced it well. Have you done your research?
Exactly. Then stick with it. Exactly. So why do you?
So my kind of attitude has kind of changed slightly towards it. But,
let's have a look. Gary Dunster says your profit is always made from when you buy your item. It's always at the point of purchase. The cheaper you buy something. I mean, that's one of the benefits of you taking offers on some of the clothes. It's easy just to think, well, we paid 84p or whatever.
A lot of the stuff that I have listed at the moment, I've only got 84p in it. So when someone offers, when I've got an item up for 14,
someone's offering a $5 or less or something.
When they're offering me, when I've got it up for $14.99 and they're offering me
10. You're kind of like,
I'm kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Carp Fishing says, question, you guys seem really happy in life. Is there any need to improve on where you are now? Happy wife, happy life. we are happy, but that's because that's like how we are. We're like, we couldn't be any happier.
Yeah.
You know, as geeky, as corny as that sounds, we couldn't be any happier. Love my wife, I love kids, love family, but we do have a lot of pressures on us. They're the usual ones. They're financial pressures. We don't obviously need to go into like mad details about it, but we put it this way, I got grey hairs from it, but that's what we need to improve. That's why we need to improve. We otherwise, we're happy. I mean, you know, as some of you know, we're renting as well. Don't want to be renting forever.
No, we don't.
You know, so you've got to have goals. You've got to have aims. So yeah, we are. You know, we're pretty happy.
And we're looking to grow this and hopefully have it like. I'm not saying it's not stable, but you know, have it.
Yeah.
A bit of consistency.
A bit more consistency, definitely. Problem Solved asks a question. Do you check Amazon before listing some stuff? I've taken down some listings that were sitting on eBay that ran well on Amazon and sold them there quicker.
No.
We should do, but
but we don't.
Yeah, we really should do, because there are certain items which, like, I suppose we could merchant fulfill and and double post them, double list them.
I think Nick mentioned it not so long ago, and it's something that maybe we should consider, is like having it merchant fulfilled. So
merchant fulfill an item, so you can quickly take it down if it sells on one or the other, so you can do that. So that's something we're going to look into. We should do,
definitely.
But we're kind of very eBay centric at the moment, but we are looking at that, and that is a really good idea.
And that's one of the things we do want to try and get into more and more this year, is Amazon.
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look. We've got any messages? Good. There's a lot of
Have you lost
comments. Yeah, it just shoots down. Wow, we've got 85 people in here. It's insane. Thank you for bumping in.
Thank you.
Let's have a look. Yeah, Moochbert says, likewise, never had a refund request between 15 to 30 days. Yeah, you know, it just happens, you know, like, I don't think 30 days. 30 days is more of a confidence thing for the buyer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I think so. Okay, KMB Golf says, do you auto relist or relist again to make it look new? We just relist. We just relist. Sometimes before we relist, we'll like adjust some things. Like some items I might put onto a 10-day cycle. Some items I might put onto a 30-day if it's 10 days. Change the price, that kind of thing. You know, like mix it around a bit. But yeah, we just tend to relist. So let's have a look. Getting some good sales by linking eBay items to Pinterest, says Retro Vintage. That's an interesting. It's a weird one. I don't know. Like, how's Pinterest for you? I don't know Pinterest. I don't really use it.
I haven't really gotten into Pinterest as much as I.
You use it for yourself, though, don't you?
Yeah, I use it for myself, but I haven't really gotten into like the eBay side of it. Like,
there's so much to learn out there when it comes to online marketing and things. There's so many things that you've got to kind of pick up on, and I suppose you'd be worried about spamming your Pinterest, but if you set up a business one, then you wouldn't mind, would you?
Yeah.
But the
thing with Pinterest, you can have different boards.
So okay.
It's not necessarily.
You don't have to make it spammy then.
No.
Hicksy says he's going to be effing sick now. I'm guessing that was our comment. Yeah.
Lovely.
I wasn't being lovely. I was
just. Yeah, you were. You're being soppy.
No, I wasn't.
You were.
You know. Let's have a look. What other questions? Yeah, Rich Payne says, yeah, it's good to keep stock turning. Reseller Network says, I list the same item on both sites at the same time. Graham Nichols asked, do you have any problem with Hermes? I'm guessing you meant not Mermes, but yeah, Hermes. No, we don't have any problem with Hermes.
An issue with them.
I really can't complain about Hermes at all.
No.
We use them happily.
We've used them for a long time.
Admittedly, I did the typical person that people are really fickle / silly sometimes. I made a video that I look back and I feel kind of a bit of a dick for making it, really. I made a video complaining about Hermes because they had thrown like an espresso machine, again with the coffee theme, but I bought a Gaggia classic espresso machine from a boot fair for a £5 because a lady said it wasn't working. All it was is it needed some descaling, and it was working. These coffee machines will consistently get you over £100 on eBay. Now, I think I sold mine for 120 quid like the next day, so from a £5 to 120 quid. I packed it well as I thought I could have packed it, but I knew I could have done more at the time. I just felt I could have done more. Unfortunately, I got a message from the buyer saying Hermes had chucked the parcel over a 6-foot fence and it was damaged and it was broken, whatever. So I had to do like a partial refund. So even though I still made profit because I was into it for so little, that even after giving the guy a big discount, I still made a good profit. I lost some money because of that. And I made a video about Hermes chucking my parcel over a 6-foot fence. And when I think about it, I'm like, you've got...
That's probably more your fault than theirs.
Well, yeah,
they shouldn't have chucked over the
They
fence,
shouldn't be throwing things over 6-foot fences, but you can't expect, like, people shouldn't be running you over in their cars, right? But you still take care when you cross the road. Right? Do you know what I mean? Like, even at a zebra crossing, you don't just walk across a zebra crossing blindly. You still teach your kids and you still look to the left and right to make sure that there's no one that's coming to run you over. You don't accept that. You don't just go, oh, by law, they should stop or whatever. I'm just going to cross blind. You don't do that, right? In the same way, some guy that's getting not treated particularly well by this new wave of company which hires people as self-employed and screws them basically, hence why we get cheap prices, and we have to accept that. There's like a moral judgment we're making there as well. You can't expect them to treat your package with kid gloves. So I feel unless you're willing to kick your parcel, you shouldn't be. And that sounds so stupid, but unless you've packaged it well enough where you're comfortable to drop it and kick it, then what do you expect? Why is the guy going to give a damn what he's handling of yours? He's going to treat it, you know, he might have a bad day, he might be rushing to get his target or whatever.
The thing is, since then,
nothing.
Crossed, I don't think we've had anything.
Nothing. No. I broke it. There was a mirror, wasn't there?
Yeah,
Pub mirror. We lost an advertising mirror, but again, I take responsibility for that. I think I could have done a better job. You get the odd slips. But no, normally, Graham, we don't have a problem with Hermes. We find them to be like amazing, and we can't complain.
And they're actually really good value, like.
And they're cheaper because of tracked.
It's tracked.
Yeah.
You can check up on it. You know, if you want to pay more for the signature, you can do so. We don't because we're quite happy with
tracking is fine.
Tracked.
Yeah.
So
to get tracked delivery for up to 2 kilos for £2.80, there's got to be some reason why you're getting that price. I think it's just what we have to expect. Carp Fishing says, love your attitude, guys. Awesome. So many people doing super numbers, and ain't it? So knowing it's possible pushes you on. Exactly. You can learn from other people. We look at other people all the time. We look at what they're achieving, and it gives us confidence and gives us motivation that we can one day achieve, decent stuff. Let's have a look. Yeah, a lot of people talking about eBay. Business Wolf says I should get a job as a lollipop man. I'm not okay. Is that because of the comment about the zebra crossing? Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Question for Beck from Lisa there. Actually, I'm not sure we've got everything.
Have we gone down again?
Question. When's your vlog coming? Asked Darren Smart. It's edited.
Do you know what, Darren? I've moaned at him since Tuesday about this vlog. Okay, because he knows how to edit. I'm not.
When I know how to edit, I just stick things together. I keep it basic.
I'm not very techy with videos and stuff like that, so I can't do video like editing at the minute. And it was meant to be out yesterday. Well, actually, it was meant to be out on Tuesday, and then It was then we said
Yeah,
yesterday.
it's not going to be out now till tomorrow. It's done,
but it'll probably
we'll do it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. We're not going to do it now. It's ready. It's uploaded as well. Reseller Network says, do you guys do a regular 9 to 5 on terms of having fixed hours when you do your eBay stuff? We just work when we can. We don't have
fixed hours.
Yeah.
We just
you
know, a lot of the time we're working quite late in the evening. So
yeah, exactly.
It's never.
Yeah, it's never exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Although we do take evenings off, or we'll take a morning off when and where we kind of need it. But yeah.
Lisa Smith says, question for Beck. I listed my first Oasis piece today and a lovely line 1960s pinafore dress, which I bought for $4.99. I have listed for $16.99. Am I asking too much for it? It depends on what you're going for, really. You answer that, Jill.
Well, I wouldn't say so. I think that's quite a fair price, actually.
Yeah. What exactly depends on.
Yeah.
You've got to just do like with any item, completed listings.
Yeah.
See what it sells for. You'll get an idea of pattern. I mean, you talk about patterns and things.
Yeah.
Don't you?
It depends on patterns and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Exactly.
Stuff like that.
Exactly.
Sorry, but yeah. Patterns are a lot to do with it.
Exactly. Yeah, Reseller Network says I'm getting into selling clothing, so much easier to parcel. Yeah.
I agree with that. I love just. I have to say I enjoy packaging now that it's just clothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Reseller Network actually has a question that, Silver Pirate's got a question. Do you put clothes straight in a poly bag or a clear bag first to look better?
I put it in a clear bag and then I put it in a poly bag because it does look better.
It looks a lot better,
especially if if the item of clothing is going to a woman. I just think it's
presentation.
Presentation. It's a lot to do. It makes people think that you've taken real care. Of it. You care about your item.
And it will mean, I think, if someone's confident in what they've received, if they're happy with what they received, then they're going to be less skeptical of it.
Yeah.
Then there's less chance of them kind of going over it with a fine tooth comb and nitpicking.
I've bought stuff from eBay myself a few years back.
In Sainsbury's bags, just taped over.
In Sainsbury's bags. I've received them in black bin liners. Now, that's all fine.
Exactly.
But, if you're asking like quite a high price for something, it's nice to receive it in a decent. Yeah, it's just presentation, isn't it? Presentation,
I'm always a bit funny when I'm recycling some of my like boxes and things when I send stuff, but I tend to sometimes turn the boxes inside out so that the brown paper, the brown side of it is showing rather than like crisps or whatever the box is. David McGregor has a question for Bex. When Z first told you he was starting reselling as a business, did you ever think it would lead to where you are now? Minor YouTube celebrities. David McGregor is such a joke, man.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
No, I didn't think I would
be doing YouTube in any way.
Really. When Zahir was doing YouTube, I just said to him, I don't know how you can do that. I just wouldn't have the confidence to do that. And it's just quite funny how things have come about, really.
It just shows that even if you're nervous about it, it's fun. And shout out to David McGregor, guys. You should go and click on his name in the chat and subscribe to his channel as well. He's very, very knowledgeable, even though he does this part-time, I believe, but he's very knowledgeable and he makes very interesting and fun videos. Yeah. I'm hoping he's going to make more. He's just done one and I'm hoping he's going to make more. So okay. Lisa says, I'm worried about selling clothes. The market seems saturated. What do you think?
Well, there's a lot of people selling clothes, but
that just there's a lot of people sell clothes, but that's because they sell. People buy them. Lots of people. Yeah,
people buy clothes. I mean, I shop on eBay. I buy clothes from eBay.
Yeah. I don't think clothes are one of those markets I don't necessarily think you have to be too worried about because it obviously if loads and loads of people start selling, it will affect things, but I don't even think it would do it in that big a deal, because it's more about just the demand is there. Fashion is like throwaway for people, isn't it? So
exactly.
There's never if anything, there's never enough. Exactly. Well, yeah, Larry Master says people are always buying clothes, don't worry. So
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. Let's have a look. Any other questions or comments? Yeah, Lisa Smith says a clear bag looks more professional. Yeah. Definitely, I agree. Clear bags. Fabian says, what do your family think about your reselling entrepreneurship? Well, they're obviously hoping it works for us. They were obviously a bit concerned because of the nature of it, the unpredictability of it. We've never given them any reason to worry, you know.
Yeah, and they've been really supportive.
Yeah,
I suppose
they are supportive. Yeah. So you know, it's just
if they've had any doubts, they haven't necessarily aired them to us.
Yeah, and if anything, it's kind of gotten like my brother and sister into it a bit, which is nice. Yeah. And so it feels like it's had a positive impact rather than anything bad.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Let's have a look. Lisa's saying sorry, Beck.
No,
did you take offense? Oh, Beck, did you take offense?
No, I didn't take offense to that. No.
Yeah,
not at all.
No. No. It's just the way she looks. Don't worry about it.
It's just the way I look.
Yeah, you look like.
Thanks, honey.
You look like take offense. Okay. Mark asked a question. How long did it take you before you felt comfortable doing YouTube vids and live streams, and has it helped your own personal confidence in other things? That's a good question. You answer that first. Yeah, you answer it first.
I would say I don't think I was. When you first do a video, of course you're going to be nervous, and after a few videos in, I would say you kind of start getting a bit more comfortable. But yeah, I don't like whether my confidence has been affected. I don't know. I think I've been.
No, has it helped your confidence in any other way? Would you say it's helped you feel more confident in any other way?
Yeah, I feel pretty
confident in general, like talking to people. I mean, it's a weird thing to do, isn't it? Because it's just me and her sat here.
I know.
And we're facing this little plastic. But what makes it real is the chat. You know what I mean? Like the chat makes it real. All you guys in there talking to us makes it real. I mean,
and the other thing is, I don't actually watch a lot of our videos.
We don't watch our videos back.
I do click in from time to time to check on comments and see if
I
need to respond to anybody really. But other than that, what I would normally do is if I do click in, because obviously I'm not linked to this account, like to his account, I would just stick the video on pause.
I mean, from my perspective, I've done YouTube videos for quite a while. I've never had a problem.
You don't have a problem talking.
I've always talked. I was like at work when people had to stand up in a conference or something, everyone would be like not wanting to do it, and I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I just don't mind talking, so YouTube came naturally. I've got another channel where I just did loads of really long and boring unboxings of things. Like say if I bought this mouse for my PC or something, you would be watching a video like 30 minutes long, and about 20 minutes would have been unboxing and literally reading the back of the box. It's really boring. But I was making these videos. So,
and about what stickers
came with it. And I still love doing that if I get a chance. It's just I can't afford new stuff at the moment for my PC, so I haven't done it. But when I can, I'll be doing that. So it was only natural for me to start like a reselling YouTube channel. Oh. Yay, sold something. Cool. Yeah, our first sale.
You got your wish.
Yeah, you hear that, guys? Buy my ebook. You know my stuff sells. Stacks.
What ebook?
I don't know. I'm not made
one. You got
one.
to write one first.
Oh, you got to make one. Yeah. Oh, all right. So, yeah, I mean.
Anyway.
Okay, so like. For me, it was kind of, and especially after seeing Nick's videos, it was like easy.
Yeah.
it was hard for me to make videos. It was hard to get confident talking about reselling because you don't necessarily feel confident about something you don't know much about. That's why when I've made my videos, I've really tried my best to focus on the journey.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think it's also about honesty as well.
Yeah.
Like just making sure that.
Well, because honesty means you don't have to think about what to say.
Yeah.
So if you're honest, we can just blur because we're not censoring anything. We're not like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm not like trying to portray myself as successful, and I really hope you guys realize that because we
make mistakes just like anybody
we will
else
be successful.
does,
I'm hoping we will be. But at the moment we're not, and I think that takes a lot of pressure off. So if you're making a video, make it about your journey and you know, something like that. That makes the best thing in my opinion. Let's have a look. People saying keep the video coming. Graham Nichols, how do you think reselling has changed from when you first started, and can you see yourself doing this in 5 years? Yes, Graham, I would love to be doing this in 5 years. It's forever. I don't think it's changed much because we've not been in it that long to notice a change.
I mean, you've been in it
2 or 3 years, like, but it doesn't. I don't think it feels like a long enough time.
To be able to say how much
what's
it's
changed.
It still feels pretty new to us, really.
I'm still doing
it feels new to me anyway.
Yeah, I'm still kind of doing what I was doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't think I've necessarily. I don't think I've changed a great deal off the top of my head. That's my thing. What sold? It was a steering wheel, PC and PlayStation steering wheel. Let's have a look. Reseller Network says it took me ages to get my eBay Amazon business where it is now. Pretty much runs itself. That would be awesome. Mia Cameronelli says he bought from me. Thank you if you did, but appreciate it. Sold another coffee machine. Anyway, I'm pretty happy. Wow, we've got 92 people watching this. That is insane.
That is crazy.
That is insane. It's just insane. Okay, where do you live, Silver Pirate? I live in Manchester, which is like Aladdin's Cave for resellers. There's a reseller network. Okay, they're having a conversation about that. Joe Berman says, love selling bulky stuff to get out of the way. Yeah, now I have to package this thing. It shouldn't be too hard anyway. Shouldn't be too difficult. I think I paid like £2 or £3 for it. Paid like £8 or £9 for the power supply, so it's an alright flip. Rewind Finder says, I source all my stuff from eBay. That's completely doable. Wow. That is completely doable. Okay, guys, we are coming up to the end of the hour. Really, absolutely love the fact that there's 92 people in here. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are smashing that like button. Gotta smash it. Okay. Okay. Question: what do you do when you're not doing work stuff these days? We're always doing work stuff. You knit.
I knit.
I play Street Fighter 5, not very often and not very well, but I still play it. You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, guys, really appreciate you watching. We will see you in our next video. We'll be uploading our vlog thing tomorrow.
Skateboarding.
So, skateboarding. Pre-Meg, how do you eat yours? Asked David McGregor. Oh, we ate one the other day, actually. Yesterday. Yeah, we wolf them down. Yeah, wolf it down. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Video out tomorrow.
Out tomorrow. Uploaded tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
See you.